Okay, still sick, but the Mandalorian is back, baby. This is the way. The Marshal is episode 1 of season 2, directed and written by Jon Favreau. It's about the main character, the Mandalorian, hearing news of another Mandalorian being on Tatooine. He goes there to try to find the Mandalorian to help him get Baby Yoda home. And Timothy Olyphant character, who is the Marshal, tells him, listen, I'll give you what you want if you help me with a problem we have with this crate dragon who comes into town, eats our animals. If you help me with that problem, I'll give you what you want. And that's all I can say without going into spoilers, because this has spoilers. And I'll talk about them later. And this is a good episode to start off with. This is a good episode to start the show off, or to start the season off again with. As Mandalorian, played by Pedro Pascal, is still cool. He's still a cool character. He still has like great Western vibes, and they play on that. Like this episode in particular has like a lot of Western themes and Western tropes that they throw in here. Like the lone gunman who walks into town to solve some problems. The show starting off with a literal standoff. The music, the atmosphere, and all the sand and just the desert area that they're just in. This is a really, really Western themed episode. And it's well directed too. Like the shots, the cinematography is good. The music and the lighting and everything was well done in this episode. The action scenes are just entertaining. The green screen, you could tell and you can notice it a little bit. And of course, Baby Yoda is still as adorable as ever. But let's get back to Timothy Olyphant. I'm gonna talk about his character a little bit more. I really liked him in this movie. Like, he played the Marshal of the small town on Tatooine. He fits really well into the universe of Star Wars. He kind of did play in a Western type show, I think Justified, what it was called. And since this show is pretty much just a Western in space, you could just slide his character for that right into this, I'm assuming. I did want to get annoyed about us going to Tatooine once more, because I'm kind of sick of the sequel trilogy just being all nostalgic over the old iconography. Like, they went to the Death Star again. They showed the Millennium Falcon. I was sick of them doing it there, but I would give it a pass here. Well, for one, they're not most islands anymore. They go to a different part of Tatooine, which I'll give it that. They at least say, hey, we're done with that part of the town. Let's go somewhere else. So I'll give them that. Also, along with Tatooine, we get a lot of Tusken Raiders in this episode, which they feature heavily, and we get to see a little bit more about who they really are as a people. Like, we see how they talk and communicate with each other. Like, it's a combination of, like, grunts, yells, and, like, sign language, which I thought was pretty cool. And the costumes and the creature designs are something to really behold in this movie. Like, the Krayt Dragon is designed excellently. It's just really big, long, snake-like creature. It looks like if Jurassic Park designed a really big snake and they put it in Star Wars. It just looks really well designed. And I thought it was really impressive, especially the scope and the scale, how they show like the size difference between that and the people on a TV show budget. Of course, it's not really a TV show budget because it's Disney, so they probably threw like double the budget at it. But it was just really, really impressive. This was just a really good episode, and I don't really have much to say about it besides spoilers, which I'll get into that in a little bit. Just give me a minute. I'm not going to give this a grade because it's just episode 1. I will do episode by episode. But I would say that I really did like this episode. I'm excited for more, to see more from the Mando, Baby Yoda, and just how they interact with the world. That's what I'm excited for, whatever surprises they throw at us in the future of this show. All my thoughts and my critiques of the episode. Let me get into the spoilers of the episode real quick and really go into what happens in the episode. Okay, so again, this, like spoiler part right here. Okay, here we go. So like I said at the beginning, Mando goes to Tatooine because he's looking for a Mandalorian who he's heard was there, so he can help him on his search to get Baby Yoda to the Jedi's or his people. He goes to the town and actually like, hey, I heard there's a Mandalorian here walking around. And the guy's like, oh, you mean the Marshal? Did he wear Mandalorian armor? Yeah, sure. And we're very easy. He's right over there. He sees a guy dressed in the armor of Boba Fett standing in the doorway. And I was like, hold up. Is that Boba Fett or is this is a trick? Because you can already tell the armor is not really fitting right. The guy looks too skinny to be wearing it. It looks off on this guy. And then sure enough, he takes the armor off and Timothy Olyphant wearing Boba Fett's armor. Like you're not Boba Fett. And that's the thing that Mando wants. And he says, if I help you kill the dragon, will you give me the armor? He says, yeah, sure, you can have it. And then all gets done, like they kill the dragon. He said, here's the armor back. Hope we run into each other again. And then I thought the episode was going to end there. Like, okay, great, they got Boba Fett's armor back. Then driving off across the sands in their speeder. And then in the foreground, we see a man dressed in Tusken Raider garb. And he turns around, and it's Temuera Morrison, the guy who plays Jango Fett. All the clones from the prequels and voices Boba Fett. He's just standing right there. So until proven otherwise, Boba Fett is canonically alive in the Star Wars universe, and he's armorless. He dresses as a Tusken Raider. Is that Boba Fett, or is that just a clone who just happened to be on Tatooine at the same time the Empire just happened to be just like, well, we're done with our conquest. I know a lot of fans are probably going to freak out about this because they in love with Boba Fett. To be honest, I have never liked Boba Fett as a character. I always thought he was really boring. They don't attack me talking about, but he's so cool. He's so cool. Man, please, he's just a guy in a piece of armor. Like, that's all he is. He did nothing cool in the entire franchise he's been existed in. Heck, his father's cooler than this guy is. The Mandalorian is actually cooler than him. But Boba Fett's a punk. But if this is Boba Fett, please, do something cool with him this time. And not for anything else, just to shut the fans up. So they can finally get something of Boba Fett that's worthwhile and that is actually cool, besides him just standing in a good suit of armor, laying cover fire, and they get eaten by a giant monster in the next movie. So yeah, those are the spoilers. Apparently Boba Fett's alive, supposedly. And yeah, that's all I got to say about this. It's a good episode. Okay, so that was my 2 cents. So give me your 2 cents in the comments below. Like this video, comment, share it, and I'll see you guys later in the next video.